Trains are a symbol of progress, movement, and connection. But what if some trains never stop? What if they continue their journey long after they should have vanished? Tonight, I will take you on a terrifying journey through three of the most chilling ghost train stories in history. From a phantom train in Sweden that takes its passengers into the unknown, to the spectral locomotive carrying a fallen president, and finally, a mysterious train that predicts disaster. Stay with me until the end, because these stories are more than just myths. Some witnesses claim they have seen these trains with their own eyes. Could you be the next one? The Stockholm Metro is a modern and efficient subway system, but among its tunnels, an eerie legend has persisted for decades. It's the story of Silverpilen, the Silver Arrow. Unlike other trains, Silverpilen was completely unpainted, its metallic body reflecting the dim underground lights. It was meant only as a test train in the 1960s and was rarely used for public transport. But for those who saw it, it was unforgettable. And then the stories began. Passengers reported a silver train arriving at stations in the dead of night. It didn't appear on schedules. It made no sound. Those who stepped inside were never seen again, at least not as they once were. Some returned, days or even years later, confused, aged, and claiming they had been trapped in a timeless void. The most chilling reports involve Kimlinge, an unfinished station where no trains officially stop. Yet some say Silverpilen does. And there's an old Swedish saying, "Only the dead get off at Kimlinge." A former metro worker, Eric Lundqvist, recalls his experience. "I was closing up for the night when I saw it. A silver train rushing past. But it wasn't on my control panel. No record of it. I swear, I saw faces inside, pale and hollow-eyed, looking straight at me. And then it vanished." So what is Silverpilen? A real train mistaken for a legend? A glitch in reality? Or something far more terrifying? One thing is certain. If you see a silver train approaching in an empty Stockholm station, think twice before stepping inside. On April 21st, 1865, the body of Abraham Lincoln began its final journey. A funeral train was commissioned to carry the assassinated president from Washington, D.C. to his final resting place in Springfield, Illinois. It traveled through 7 states, allowing thousands to pay their last respects. But even after reaching its destination, the train never truly stopped. Every April, people across the Midwest report the same thing: a black funeral train appearing on the tracks, shrouded in mist, moving without sound. Inside, a casket draped in an American flag. Ghostly soldiers standing at attention. The air turns deathly cold, and clocks stop, exactly at the moment of Lincoln's death. A railway worker in Illinois, James Hargrove, described what he saw. "I was doing a late-night check on the tracks when I saw it. A dark train coming through, but it wasn't making any noise. I waved my lantern, but it didn't stop. The windows. I swear I saw people inside, but their faces, they weren't alive." Some believe this spectral procession replays the mourning of an entire nation, a grief so deep it left an imprint on time itself. Others claim it's Lincoln himself, still traveling, watching over the country he died for. So if you ever find yourself near an old railway line on a quiet April night, listen carefully. If the air turns cold and the wind carries the faint sound of a funeral bell, you might be witnessing history repeating itself forever. Some ghost trains don't just haunt the past. Some warn of the future. For decades, residents of St. Louis have whispered about a mysterious train that appears on the tracks before a disaster. It has no schedule, no passengers, just a chilling presence that signals something terrible is about to happen. One of the earliest reports came from 1903, when a group of railway workers claimed they saw a black train appear out of nowhere, only to vanish seconds later. The next morning, a catastrophic derailment killed dozens. Over the years, similar sightings occurred, each one followed by tragedy, bridge collapses, train wrecks, unexplained accidents. In 1972, a woman named Mary Caldwell was waiting for her husband's train to arrive. While standing at the station, she saw a locomotive approaching, but something was wrong. The train was silent. As it passed, she saw faces in the windows, twisted in horror, screaming, yet making no sound. Then, the train disappeared. 2 days later, a real train crashed on that very track. Mary's husband was among the victims. Is this phantom train a warning from beyond? A vision of impending doom? Or a force that collects the souls of those about to perish? Whatever the truth, the sightings continue. And those who see it know one thing. If the Phantom Train of St. Louis appears, something terrible is about to happen. These are just 3 of the many chilling stories of ghost trains. Some linger as echoes of the past, replaying their final journeys for eternity. Others reach into the future, warning of disasters yet to come. Are they real? Are they just legends? Or is there something about the railroad, something about the steel tracks, the endless movement, that makes them the perfect passageway between our world and the next? Tell me, have you ever seen something on the tracks that you can't explain? A shadow, a light in the distance, or the ghostly whistle of a train that isn't there? If so, maybe you've already had a glimpse of the other side. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more haunted history and eerie legends. Until next time, keep your eyes on the tracks. You never know what might be coming.